Hey guys, FireHedgehog here with another review. This time I'll be reviewing the deluxe Pandora panel from Kamen build. This is a special panel that build can use to store up to 10 full bottles. This includes the panel itself and one full bottle. So, let's get started. To start, we're going to include Shobosha full bottle. Shobosha meaning fire truck in English. This is another red full bottle. As you can see, the cap uses a darker red than the rabbit full bottle, and the body itself is a much more saturated red than the very desaturated red of the rabbit bottle. So for the cap, you can see that it's got a white H and a red S, meaning that this is the best match to the Hari Nezumi bottle. Looking at the design, you can see it's actually pretty elaborate. You've got a fire truck here with flames surrounding it that is shooting water from its ladder hose. The cap can be twisted all the way around, just like other bottles, and of course you can also give it a good shake. Plus you have the railing on the back, as well as the QR code. And so now that we have these two together, let's test them out with the build driver. So to start, we'll give them a good shake. Twist the caps. Then set in the driver and turn the crank. And so that best match gives us Kamen build FireHedgehog form. Now I'll give you guys a close-up for the Voltech finish. And of course, using these two, we can also make some trial forms. So let's test that out using the Panda and Rocket full bottles. So that would create trial form Hari Nezumi Rocket. You have the Voltech attack. Now we'll use the other two. And that creates trial form Panda Shobosha. Next, we can move on to the Pandora panel itself. So in the show, this panel is a piece that broke off from the Pandora box, a strange box found on Mars that split Japan up into 3 countries via a giant wall. So taking a look at it in close, this is mainly just a big hunk of dark green plastic with a few other pieces of plastic set in. You can see it's got a very alien look to it, with a lot of strange glyphs all over. You can see the 10 slots for the full balls, as well as the sliders, which will allow the full balls to lock in place. Looking at the back, you've got more nice details, as well as a carrying handle up top. You also have these various holes throughout, which are most likely to be used for mounting it to a wall. So, to use this, take your full balls, place one on each side, lock them in place using these sliders. That way they don't fall out. And we can bring in 4 more best matches. So we'll, besides Rabbit Tank, we'll also use Gorilla Mond and Hawk Gatling for the top 3. Since these 3 are connected on a slider. For the bottom 2, we use Nin and Comic and Rocket Panda. So just like that, we have a panel full of bottles. You see they stick out just like that, and you can also partially see them from the back. The unfortunate thing about this is because of the way it's designed, can't really display it standing up, as the weight of the balls will just cause it to fall forward. So in order to properly display it, you kind of have to basically lean it back against a wall, similar to this. And of course, if you want, you also switch up some of the best matches, and I actually accidentally put in Harinezumi instead of Panda, so there we go. There we have those best matches. But like I said, we can switch it up. If you want, you can remove Rocket Panda and instead put in the balls for FireHedgehog. And they do hold in place very nicely, although one thing about it is that because they're just held in by these sliders, they fall out if you have it tilted like that and then unlock them. So you want to be careful so as to make sure that it's vertical like this, so you can unlock it and remove them at your leisure, instead of having them fall out. And there we go. So overall, even though at the beginning I said that this was made for storage purposes, I actually think that it's better used for transportation purposes, in that it's a very nice and easy way of carrying around 5 best matches all at once, and it's definitely an improvement over the storage space of the full ball holder, which only lets you hold 3. That being said, I do think that it could have used those springs and that clip system from the full ball holder just so that you don't have to use these sliders on it. And it would just be, I think, a more satisfying feeling to be able to slime in them and have them click in place instead of sliding them in softly and then locking them using those sliders. Additionally, it's not the most practical thing to display since it takes up so much space. You also have to either have it hanging from something or have it leaning backwards, since if it's staying straight up, you're just going to have it fall over, and that's something you don't want to happen. It also only stores 10 balls, so it's not going to be too useful in the long run for storage unless you buy multiples of it, which I personally don't want to. That being said, it also comes with the Shobosha ball, which finally gives us the best match for Harinezumi, which we got back with the Drill Crusher. Though if you just want it for that ball, you can just buy the ball in a Candy or Gachapon form. So this is something I definitely recommend for people who want a nice way to display some balls and maybe carry them around, but if you're in it for the long run, you might want to look into getting either multiples or just find some other method of storage. So next time I'll be reviewing the Deluxe Build Phone tomorrow at 7 PM PST. So, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you're new and like to see more, please subscribe and hit the bell icon. And for now, this is KRX50 writing off.